right, guys, welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube platform. I'm your host, Billy Diamond. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. If you're a member of the channel, bless up to you, because we have the members situation coming weekend to Wednesday. So look out for that. I have a special, my yearly thing. So don't worry about that. All right. It's going to be here for you. And for persons that's interested in becoming a member, please do click the join button. It will help you a long way. All right, and YouTube will help you with the process as well to complete said feat. So anyways, major news in the Jamaican conversation is the 4 teams that's interested in Mr. are said to be, let me phrase it right, said to be, because as you know us, we have to lead by example. So said to be. All right, we're going to discuss that. We're going to talk about Mikel Antonio, because we have an article on Mikel Antonio, and it's leading towards my breakdown as to how I've looked at things. Deshaun Bernard in the news, Liam Bailey in the news, and then we're going to finish this one off as to make some predictions in the EPL, because I think I want to bring back some EPL action. Let me know who is interested in watching some EPL games. Maybe with some Reggae Boyz involved in it, and like a soccer Saturday breakdown. We can give you updates, and we can give you players breakdown. You can learn a lot from it. Let me know. I'm gonna keep running a poll on that. And once I'm satisfied to where people want it, I will bring it for you. All right, let me try big up the people inside the chat. Now we have our brother Sean Bass in the building. Guys, this video is not monetized, and what happened when it's not monetized? Because the software I'm using, it doesn't send it out. So what you have to do is to hit the like button instant, share it instant, so other people can get it. All right, yes. So when I'm done and go home, I can monetize it. So that's when YouTube will send it to the biggest reach. So you have to click the like button to get it to that reach. All right, yes. Sean, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Ideal Football, big up yourself. Massive respect. Yeah, man. My name is right at the front, so you guys know who you're talking to. Chorus in the building. All right. Osh Poppy says Billy Diamond in the building. Yes, man. I love the fact that people just remember my name instant. Then Stets in the building. And then we have our brother Jamaican Guna. All right. So let me start with it now. I did a shorter version video. So if you want to get everything in maybe 8 minutes, you can go there and watch that. I provided all different handles for people to get what they want. All right, so this is what it stated here. This is from the Birmingham World, and they are referring a article referring to a article from HITC. So we're gonna read what they have wrote here, then click the HITC, then get into that as well, and let you guys know what's up. All right, yes. So this is the start of the video. If you have any point that you want to give something, please leave it in the comment section. I will respond to it. Aston Villa in 4-team race to sign Liam Bailey's Jamaican international teammate. So the video quality not good. All right. Big boss said the video quality not good. All right. So let me all right, let me close down some other thing. Is it okay now? Is it better now? Let me know. Is it better now? Let me know. Let me know, big boss. Is it better now? Let me know if it's improving as it goes. All right. Normally it's because I'm using a cell phone. It takes a little while, big boss. All right. So let me know. And because I might be checking the next article. Okay, no. All right, good. But you guys were hearing me well. Like the sound quality was coming through. Let me know. All right. Yes. So I've said just a while ago, Aston Villa in 4-team race to sign Liam Bailey's Jamaican international teammate. All right. The reason why they broke it down and says Aston Villa, and Aston Villa becomes the headline because Birmingham is where Aston Villa is located. All right. So this is written by a Aston Villa or a Birmingham head base. So that's why they picked out Aston Villa as the lead candidate in this conversation. All right. Aston Villa, one of 4 Premier League club tracking the 22-year-old with one rival having the edge over them. So that kind of confused. All right, so Aston Villa is tracking. So put it at that. Aston Villa is tracking the situation. And they say one rival has the edge. All right, as the edge. So that edge conversation, we don't know what to take of that. All right. Aston Villa are reportedly interested in signing Jamaica centre back Richard King, but face competition from three of their Premier League rivals. According to HITC, Villa are waiting, don't know, waiting the centre back along with Brighton, Newcastle, and West Ham. So I'm going to click the sorry about that, guys. I don't know why my screen blank out. I don't know what crap is happening. That is confusing. So, anyways, I'm gonna click HITC right here. Let me know if you guys are hearing me. Let me know if you guys are hearing me. So this is the HITC article. All right. So they are gonna go into extra details. All right. So drop a thumbs up if you're hearing me and you're seeing me well. All right. Yes. All right, so West Ham lead Aston Villa and Newcastle to sign player Mikel Antonio knows well. All right, so they said it's because of Mikel Antonio knows him well, so that's the reason why he's the leading man. But Liam Bailey knows King well just the same. All right, thanks guys. So let me continue. Aston Villa, Newcastle, and Brighton are watching defender Richard King, but West Ham currently lead the race to bring Antonio's Jamaica teammate to the Premier League. All right. While the Jamaica national team are looking to secure the service of foreign-born talents eligible to represent them on the international stage, i.e. Mason Greenwood and Fulham Reece Nelson, new manager Steve McLaren has already inherited a squad consisting of some exciting homegrown talents. So you kind of already see how this article is written. All right, so you have to be careful how you listen. All right, Richard King, 19 caps. They have said that already. To his name already at the age of just 22. All right, so they're talking about how much game time he got. I don't know what happened with 1 second, guys. I don't know what happened with my backlight. But it keep on running out. So every little time I would have to yeah. That's why I'm reading through it, guys. All right. Yes. So at just 22, let me put on the added effects. At just 22, age 22, maybe the jewel in the crown of this current Jamaica generation. All right. King currently plays for Cavaliers FC, the Jamaica Premier League champions 2023-2024, but perhaps not for much longer. HITC understands that there are at least 4 clubs based in England's top flight who have been watching and waiting for the 6-1. The last one they stated 6-2. All right, so I don't know if people taking the articles and then trying to rewrite it. The internet will move away. Sorry about that, James Bond. It will be sorted out soon. All right, people. Can you don't text me? Don't text me at this moment because it is drawing away my internet from all places. And if you text me, L Mexi, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Yeah, man, Billy Diamond, the thing there. All right, yeah. So let me make sure the name right there so people can see it. All right, yeah, man. No longer JD. All right, yes. If you want to know the reason why, go on my video yesterday and you will know exactly. All right. All right, all right. So I'm looking for The youngster is also two-footed. King's versatility and two-footedness should apply to Lopetegui's setup, which I had said that. I had said that, so maybe the thing that I would say that could convince someone, yes, which is the passing. That's what I thought a Spanish manager would have looked out for, So that's what I was saying. All right. But I'm looking for something here. All right. All right. So, oh my God. You can see there is a talent. All right. All right. And they reference someone. Oh my God. All right. So I think, guys, let me ask the question here. Um, how much you believe in this article? That's the first thing. Let me start right there. How much you believe in this article? And let me drop the link so people can join if they want. If they want. All right. So this is the link, people. So people can join this one. And this is going to be 2 hours max. 2 hours max. All right. So that is the link, guys. I can't pin anything. I will drop the link periodically for you guys to get it. All right. So how much people believe in this article? And what you think, or you think you would have feared of. Let me start asking questions inside the chat so we can further the discussion. Remember, we have other stories as well here, so I want to spend a specific amount of time on this one, maybe max 40 minutes or so. We already gone 12 minutes, so 40 minutes I think is good enough to give it some ear time. All right, so let me know how much of you guys believe in this article. um And if so, oh, you think you would have feared off in the Premier League? All right. El Granero says El Granero is here too. All right. Bless up yourself. That Richard King news is like a viral outbreak. Are there any credible sources? I would say there is no credible sources presented itself as yet. That's why I've reported it like that at both times. El Granero, yesterday, before I even started my first stream, I had an article on it. And I said, no, I'm going to wait and see how it takes off, and then I will report on it. In the news, said, bless up the Billy Diamond, massive respect. All right, yeah, man, yeah, man. Granero, that is the new name, Billy Diamond or Billy. Just put Billy. Put Billy is okay. Yes. JPL has improved this year. More players are going to get contracts. Wells, I've asked you a question, Wells. All right. Yes. For me, the article itself, I am not so believing in the article itself. A player can get bought for the Premier League. It's not impossible because players had gotten bought before. All right. So that's two different things. The article itself, I don't jump to believe it. All right. Because it just seems not really clear. You understand me? It seems not really clear. So I could see where people said the article don't seem clear, but it's not impossible for someone to take a chance on one of these players. Worst off, the best thing is Liam Bailey at these clubs, Antonio at these clubs. So it is possible. It is possible, but I don't believe this specific article. The best thing to do right now, call his agent. I will not call his agent because I'm not his agent, but I will not call anybody that is around this club. Yes, I prefer to just stay right here, just talk about the article itself and move on from the article. The more Jamaican-centric channels will do those things, all right? Because I'm not here to sell any narrative for anybody, all right? Because I know that two head bases in Jamaica, they will do whatever they want to benefit themselves. And I'm not going to do that, Sean. All right. Yes, that's how I look at things. The transfer window still open. No, I don't think so. It will reopen at it ends the end of August, the starting of September, and it should reopen back in January. So it can't, nothing would be able to happen at this point. So Billy Diamond, Billy Goat is here to stay. Yes, yes. Brilliant concept. I know you are from the Craig Butler camp, so I know you will say it's a fake completely. But give me something else because I kind of agree that the article don't sound accurate. You understand me? They're not giving me anything to work off. Brilliant concept. But give me something aside from your just flat out bias and don't want another Jamaican to be bought for the Premier League. So you don't have that hype anymore. And that is just based on how you comment, you know. That's why I'm talking to you like that. Then Michael in the building. Bless up, bless up. Thanks for being here. Yeah, man. That's why people, I am very much cautious because I know that Jamaica is split into two different fractions. All right. So yes, I think Brighton would be very good for his development should this become reality. All right, all right. I agree with you right there. Yes, planted by agent. Unicorn meat brown beer says as well. All right, yeah, man. El Granier, bigger best of. And guys, remember I said this video is not sponsored or not promoted by YouTube because I don't turn on the monetization due to the fact that I'm using the phone to click it on. And when I use this service, it's hard to turn it on. So please do hit the like button at least so people can find it. Share the video around yourself. All right. Yes. When I go home, I will turn the monetization on so they can spread it to everyone. All right. But you know that we are here having our conversation here and nothing really matter to us, to be honest. All right. So big up El Granier. Yeah, man. That's the thing that the name. Whenever he puts pen to paper, I would believe. I agree right there. Yeah, man, Sean. I'm not into any propaganda or unnecessary promotion for certain things. All right. DNA said exactly so. JD. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm not getting caught in no trap anymore. Where is the article? This one is on HITC. HITC is a article. Some journalists that does cover football. They have run articles that don't never turn out the exact way. Yes, you get me. So I will be much more cautious on this. Paper plate, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive, massive respect. Then J. Saguna, Brilliant Concept says, aha. Yes, so Brilliant Concept. That's why I said bring something more to the plate, and then I can agree with you. Other people is saying that they don't believe the article, and I can agree with them. But based off your previous comments, I have to call you out and say that I know you have a bias. So I know where you're coming from. Yeah, man, big up, big up, big up. I call nonsense on this article. New Wave goes. Yeah, New Wave's kind. All right, all right. Okay, I see. Bless up, bless up. Yeah, man, float management. James Van said that's truth. I don't believe it, but me said I don't believe the article. That does don't Craig Butler fans don't spin it to say that I have said I don't believe that the player can go anywhere. I never said that. It's two separate things. All right, it's two separate things. So they're not gonna trap me in a battle forever between Speed and Mr. Butler. All right, it's not going to happen. Triple E, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Yeah, man. The Billy Diamond thing just work. All right. It look like I should have just kept my famous name already. You know? For me, say what you want, Sean. Say what you want. We say Billy Diamond not going on, not taking off. Sean, my bad my superstar name. You don't want me to stay in the dance hall. All right. Birmingham would also run an article on it too. Yes, Birmingham World run an article on it, but it was referenced from one article. So it does not really go anywhere. And then they patched something. Let we just wait until this comes out, you know. Wanna run with anything. Energy, listen to me, good man, and don't call my name in wanna run with anything. All right? Come on, energy. I saw that you're trying to be decent, so don't disrespect me and that, brother. Don't put me in a uno box, all right? Yeah, man. Speed shout for stars. His players will land on the moon. But put the player in the marketplace, all right? Yeah, man. If you listen to my wording, you would never even say something like that. All right. And what significant has King done to be considered by EPL? He plays in a team that's no that EPL teams signs. All right. So maybe they can say this is a gem. This is a gem. You know, yes, they could say things like that. So that is where I think the conversation coming from. And guys, this is only going to be for 40 minutes. The rest of the show will be for the Antonio, Liam Bailey, Deshaun Bernard, and all of those things. Yeah, man. I think Billy Diamond is working very well because it's actually one of my names. Back in Jamaica, you know, Big Bad Sound. Yes, man. So no, I can't be confused by anybody anymore. Chris, big yourself, know yourself in the building. All right, the man in my roll up. Guys, remember, make sure you hit the like button, all right? Yeah, man. Just, oh my God, that same journalist says Manchester United won't sell Scott McTominay and they sold him. Oh my God. And that's why I said, people, that's why I don't come over the top. Come here, I'm going over the top. I don't do those things. All right, yes. If you're playing with Ethan and Antonio, they will look. Yes, yes. Yeah, man. Billy Diamond, the thing there. So people, I've dropped the link so people could have joined and give their take on it. So I don't want, when I'm already in my show breaking down things, you guys pop up and want to talk about this foolishness. All right. No, 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 no. New way. Back in the days, I usually have my party. That artists comes, people comes, and we do our thing back in the days. You know. Yes, yes, yes. So that's what they're referencing. You know. Yes, because that's how they are. You know. they have to call me out. You know. Yes. Because they don't want Sean don't want me to go back to my celebrity lifestyle. You know. At least. King is how much? He's 22, turning 23. All right. It would have been one big tough one. That's all I know. You know, but as what people says, if you shoot for something, you might gain something else. All right, and I think that is an accurate conversation that we're having. All right, so maybe putting out articles like this, let we have that conversation. Mr. Butler put out articles like this always, you know. Mr. Butler put out articles like this always, bro. Aging for life. Mr. Butler put out articles like this always over the years. All right, even saying that his son playing for teams that is the team came out and said nothing no go so. But what it does, it can put you out there. All right, so other people pay attention to you as well. All right, yes. And the next reason why I won't jump to believe it instant is to say that Mr. Speed and leader told me that he would have gone to the MLS and he never went there. So those are the little things that I would say make the article be not true. I would not believe the article instant. You understand me? Those are the things that I would use. But aside from that, you never may know. Connection can be made. The player would not cost nothing at all because they would sign him for free. You understand me? Or pretty much dirt cheap. So he could get an opportunity. Anybody will just owe someone for a month to see if they are good enough. So it's possible. They're not going to pay for the player. All right? Because they're not going to make those jump deals. You understand me? So, or if you're going to pay for the player, it's going to cost nothing more than $1 million. You understand me? So they will always jump and take those risks because you're signing players for 40, 50 million. And then you hear a player that can maybe pass the ball good, at least for now. Um, I don't see the problem for people not to want to try that direction as well. You know, yes, that's what I'm saying. Our buy and loan if they feel like said, okay, the passing is good, but the rest is not up to par for the region. So let me send him on a loan or some. It could be worth it. It could be worth it. If he could turn out into something anything of a $10 million center back. Cause you could buy him, loan him, send him on a dirt cheap. Like you sign him, both. All right, hold on. We have Jason gonna join. Let me drop the link so other people could get the opportunity as well first. 1 second, Jason. Let me see that people just join. And people, please, if you come on, make sure you calculate your thoughts before. All right? Yes. I am begging you. Because we don't want to go over the moon and war with anything because I am very coherent in my speaking. that I am not picking any side or nothing. I'm only dealing with the article here. All right. Yes. So good day, Jason Buna. What you have to say on this said topic right here?
Yeah, so big up to all the panel, big up yourself, Billy Diamond.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yes,
man. Yeah, man. See my
and
name? That's my name. All right. Nothing
ah,
else.
yeah, so I was actually doing a match last night, and somebody in the comment section asked me the question if any of this Aston Villa King thing is true, and I saw the article earlier, but I was busy doing a lot of things, so I didn't actually read the article. So finally, when I read the article after I did the show, I was kind of very surprised based on the fact that he had gone to Europe before, and usually when you go into Europe into a smaller league like that, the next progression would be to either stay in that league, go to a better team in that league, or go to a higher league in Europe. And he came back to Cavalier at the time. So I was just kind of surprised that it would be from there back to Cavalier, and then next would be EPL. It just seemed like it seemed like a big step for him, for me at the time. So I was a bit surprised by it. Now the fact that there's so many different corroborating articles, then where there's smoke, there is fire. So we can't act as if it's just out there and can't come from nothing. So at the same time, though, I will take the measured approach like I always do. We have to wait and see. Right now, it is only October, or yeah, basically October. So if he was to make a move, it wouldn't be until January anyway. So the good news though is that I was able to find it multiple places talking about the same teams. So it must be something in it.
But when I checked all of the places, them reference one place. So
True,
would that not be a call for a concern right there? Because you can't say it's at multiple places when the reference is coming from one place.
that is true because every article did reference HITC as their source.
Yes.
So it really and truly was coming from the same place. Now we see someone that has just joined the panel,
Yes.
and I believe that
People, I never called him. I never called him. I don't talk to him for the longest while because he dissed me and made him in a war. I mean, I plan to.
well,
Remember my list of people me I set up for, you know? Yes.
so yeah, I would believe that the gentleman just joined the panel would have a lot of information in regards to the player. So I will just be
Yeah.
quiet and let him speak.
All right, so people,
Good morning.
you have a person on the line. His name is Leader, Mr. Maxwell. He's heavily affiliated with Cavaliers, and he works in around Jamaica football. He knows this player well, so he's going to talk. All right, he's not from Imaxit football. He is a scout and a important person in Jamaica. So I'm going to let him speak. Go ahead, Sir Leader. Hope all is well with your family. Yes.
Yeah, man. Everything is good. How am I sounding? I'm okay.
Well, I'm hearing it well. I'm hearing it well.
Okay, just want to make sure. Okay, quick. I just want to tell Jason with something here. He mentioned that when a player goes into Europe, yeah, yada yada yada, they normally sign whatever. The thing is, Jason, you have to understand what the agreement was before he went, and it wasn't with him alone. It was two of them, and the agreement was for them to be put on the showcase and get the experience of also playing in Europe, right? It was a loan. You understand what a loan is, right?
Leader,
Leader, stop the
leader,
bullshit.
there's no need to be condescending, all right?
No, but I'm just saying, why I'm saying this, is
Okay.
because you mentioned that you put speculation out there that, hey, and I'm
No,
hearing a lot of
you never
people with
listen to
it.
what leader. You never listen to what Jason actually said. Jason was talking in a different terms. As remember, I have not said anything, Jason, since he said that. But what I got from it is to say that he never expected a player to return back to Jamaica and then go back to such a high jump. He would have heard that directly from Iceland. That's what I thought Jason meant from his statement, leader. So I think you went and remember, I mean, he never explained nothing to me, but from what he said, that's exactly what I got. So he was talking about the jump rather than the transaction. So even the articles, he expected those articles to be coming out from his performances directly in Iceland. That's what I got from him, leader. If you listen that just a while ago and think that him a class aspersion on the player's name or certain, that is not true, leader. Come on, man. So, leader, come on and talk where you want to talk, leader, because nobody now hide you from the channel. Speak your mind, brother. But Jason never said anything right there. I mean, I agree with Jason because I bought him out from a long time, around 5 months now. So, you know me now gonna pick up for him. All right? Yeah, man. But the man never said that, brother.
Okay, well, okay, no problem. But I have heard a number of people, have the aspersions on it without knowing the full facts. I've been hearing it a lot of times when people saying, "Oh, these players go to X or Y," not knowing that there are agreements, right,
Okay.
that are done before, to market the player, right?
Okay.
It's like you have a product, okay, that you want to sell, right? But you have just a mama and papa store that really just in your neighborhood, you're selling, say cakes, okay? But you want to get a bigger market out there. So you know that Jason has Jason's haberdashery, a chain of stores. And you go to Jason and say, "Jason, I have this cake and this is a real good cake, but I want to try to get it out there." So you work out a deal with Jason. I said, "Jason, I'm going to make you have X amount in your store, right? I'm not going to look for any big commission off of it and so on. Just put them in your stores, and then after about 6 months, let's see how it goes." Okay. So you put it in the store, right? Jason has it in there. People see it and people like it, right? Remember now, you say after 6 months. After the 6 months up now, Jason might, come to you and say, "Boy, you want $100 for your cake." And Jason come and say, "Boy, I like a cake. I will give you 50, and it will supply all of my stores." Right? But you know that your cake is worth 100, and that was you never intended to even go with Jason because you have Walmart who is now interested. So I got this Jason, Yeah, I just say, "Boy, Jason, well, it was only for 6 months. So let's, thank you and move on." So in King's case, the Icelandic League finished at a certain period. I don't know what it was, October or November, whenever it was. So right at that period, the team was relegated, right? So most time when a team is relegated, the players move anyway. So but in that case, as I said, it was always going to finish once, whether the team was relegated or not. The player was always going to be coming back to Jamaica in that period there, November, whatever, and they couldn't play because the transfer window, of course, was closed. So after that, I'm just giving you the timeline, bear with me.
Yeah, man.
In January, of course, the ITC came and he was back with his regular club, Cavalier. Right on top of that, he was sent, not him alone, a deal was on the table for him to go to Scotland. I can call the name of the club now because most time we try to keep these things quiet, until certain things. So it was Dundee United, but it wasn't one player. It was at least 3 players went, 2 from Cavalier, 1 from Portmore. And when this team saw some other players, they inquired about another Cavalier player. Okay? So they were there in January. This was January. This was the only time when you would have gotten to shop him around again.
Leader, but let's slow it down so the viewers can understand. So you're saying that based on the performances over a period of time, especially in Iceland, people saw him and more deals came in. And also the Icelandic team that he was at, a deal came in for him as well. Is that correct?
Basically, listen now, we had no interest of him going and staying in Iceland. Yeah, it was just right. So deals came, yes, offers came. So I'll give you the breakdown now, I'll give you the breakdown. So out of that, right, you had the deal coming on the table for Scotland, but that wasn't just for him. It was like, I don't know if you noticed, one of the things Cavalier does is that they try to do like a 2-for-1 deal. I was just telling somebody and the person was laughing and said they never heard that before. But when Colin Anderson and Ronaldo Webster went, Colin Anderson was a hot one and we tagged Ronaldo Webster on it. and of course Ronaldo Wellster talent shot, and he moved. Colin Anderson still, his team, he left that team, he's with another team in that in the Europe side or whatever, but I'm just showing you. So and that wasn't the only other case. We have had other cases with the same thing there with King. Atkinson had gone with him at the time, so we tried to tie other players. So they had a deal with Scotland, and we had another Chanel Thomas had gone with him. Also Alex Marshall, although he was with Portmore at the time, had also gone, and they had interest in Atkinson also. But as I said, that a lot of you don't know that in January, that transfer window is so tight, so that if you don't come to an agreement by a certain time, that window going more than likely lock. So the agreement was there, an offer was made for King, but when you look at the offer, and it wasn't just for King, because it was for more than it's like you wanted the same cake we're talking about. Okay, you wanted to buy one cake and get two free, something like that. So it really, because you're going to take some time to negotiate, the window closed and that passed. Okay, King now, of course, is in Jamaica playing the Premier League. I said, let's go and so on. After that, nearing the summer month, you had other on the table. Am I okay? I just want to know.
Yes, you're okay. You're okay.
Okay. Right. So another deal had come in also from a team in Europe, right? He would have the agreement was for him to have played up to a certain amount of the Caribbean competition games, club games, and then right after we were expecting to have lost him. Okay. However, he was seen also, I don't want to go too much into that aspect, I don't know nobody, but he was seen by another coach also who recognizes his quality, right? So that helped to give another big push. So his name has always been out there because he was connected with the MLS team sometime right after, I think, the performance against Costa Rica and so on. It was there, but there were visa issues where that couldn't have been solved, so that didn't go as planned.
So the MLS
right?
team that you told me about wanted to sign him, but it's solely
Yeah, you had other issues that couldn't go through. But as I said, sometimes some of these things, when they happen, it probably happens for a good reason. You understand? Because you would end up, instead of selling your cake for $100, you have to sell it for $50 and just take a cut.
But Mr. Spade told me that all of his deals would have had the second-hand clauses in it as well.
Yeah, but look here, some deals. Let me tell you a quick thing here. Years ago, what's the name? Oh gosh, this player here from Harborview, Luton Shelton. They took Luton Shelton from Harborview. The club in Sweden, they told Harborview, say, look here, give us about 8 or 9 months to parade them around, play them in Europe, and if we get a good offer, we give you a 65-35 split, something like that, like 60-40, whatever split, but they would get a major part. Okay, and they said okay, and so on. Okay, so they sent him. All of that went, and you say here every now and again you heard offers from other teams offering like $1 million, $2 million, whatever. Of course, remember now, it's going to be like a 60-40 split or whatever split. So whatever money is, say you get a $2 million offer, right? You only going to get, say, a part of that. So what happened was that it go on until everybody was watching it, right? It was everybody was updated. They waited until the term of the agreement, which would have been like as I said, say 9 months pass, and then at that stage they sold him for less than what some of those big offers were, but they got 100% of the money. And this is a fact. You ask anybody at Harborview, that was one of the worst deal Harborview made, and they lost big time on it, right? Because a lot of times clubs overseas, they look at us as basically almost a backwater place, and they say it's okay. It's a place where they can get bargain talent for little and nothing, and they get a talent for say 35,000 euros, and then in less than a year, they are able to sell that player for upwards of maybe over 100,000. There's no business that you can go into where you get you invest X amount and it goes like 10 times or how many times over. You understand? So these are one of the things that a lot of times clubs are a little bit weary that people don't hoodwink them, because they'll come to agreements and tell you that, oh, the player only worth $10, and then when you check it out, and that is a general thing with a lot of players, that they go at very small amounts, and then even what they do to thing there, with the first sale clause, sometimes them sell them to a friend. So I sell him to you and you sell him to Jason. I tell Jason, just tell them say it's $40 a pay, right? Okay, and then after that, you just do it. The thing is just done. So you
the conversation, the real root of the conversation here. But we just want to ask a question. I know that Jason would want to ask the same damn question. Leader, a 2024 winner and a worldwide conversation where Apple registered to FIFA. So whatever money will be spent has to be seen with leader. You don't think you have that pulling power?
Okay, let me say something here, right? Hold on. Yes, because there is an actual case. I can't go into a lot of details, but there's an actual case where something was found out when the player was transferred a third time, and then the club that bought him said, but hold on, this player was bought for X and so on, and that is when the paperwork, it was found out. A lot of things go on in football. It's like trust me.
So you're saying that they're using Jamaica for a feeder league, and in order for them to get certain things that they want and to cut out Jamaica out of the big transfer, they would do 3 transactions. So the third one is what they really want to be done. So
exactly.
Smaller one before the third one.
Exactly. Exactly. That happens.
Okay.
Right.
So that is the legal. No, I can understand. So the people say, are we being too greedy for talent that might matriculate, but yet still would have pushed the talents them somewhere based off the development process that the other clubs them have? Are we being too greedy and stalling the kids them career?
Hold on. Let's look at something here. Quick. I'm going to give you an actual scenario here. Ronaldo Cephas. I think he at one stage. What was the last thing? What was value up in the million or something like that?
1.8 million he values now. 1 point something million.
Okay, you know how much, and he got that valuation roughly, I think, in less than a year, something like that.
No,
how much?
He got it 2 months ago. 2 months ago he got that.
No. Well, not that one, but at one stage he was near there.
It's $1 million over a year now.
So listen where I'm going here now. Okay.
Yeah.
So listen now. This youngster.
December 2023, he got to 1.5.
Okay. So when did he leave on it? Just help me out on that.
2022, right?
Okay. So listen now, because this is something that I checked. I just don't remember the dates. This guy left Jamaica.
July 2022.
Okay. So July. And just about, when I checked it was just about 8 months or so later.
But 2 seasons that,
No, hold on, man. No, listen.
Yes, so it's there.
Less than 6 months. Listen, man. Less than 6 or X amount of months later. This kid, right? And I'm going to give you close enough. Went from 30,000 euros or whatever, 30,000 to roughly in near 800,000 and something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
No, you tell me, what could a club do in 6-7 months to really warrant, say, this youngster was already, if you look at his true value, was easily close to that. There's nothing that club really did.
Me doing coaching, leader, I can
in 6 months.
Leader, of course. What is it?
Look here. So hold on there.
Leader, I want me volunteer in 6 months. Make it.
No, hold on there. So you are going to tell me, say, right? Listen now,
What leader?
In hold on, man. In about 6 months, you would have done the work with this youth, right? Because when you look at the youth, most time after that, game not change, right? Within 6 months, hold on, man, within
Leader,
6 months, you
leader,
would
because
have been able to move him
yes,
from
leader, because
700,000.
leader, physical development is different from mental and also structural development. 6 months of a class leader, you go a college leader. How much damn thing you learn in 6 months, leader? Adapt
Look
them a
here,
thing to them a
people,
thing
look here. I'm
to
talking about a
all
youngster
right,
that people
let me
see
show you
after
something.
that.
Leader. Not 2 days it takes Liam Bailey to change under Unai Emery. Jason? Not 2 days it takes him. When tell him, when say Unai Emery do? Not so Liam Bailey was not a $40 million player. So how him become a revelation under when Unai Emery tell him leader? Because the man assess him and I tell him them have individual persons working with them, teaching them what to do, and them now come up with the pitch. So leader, let me tell you this. You do 2 hours football in Jamaica in a 2 days. In a 1 week, you do around 32 you do around 32 hours. 32 hours leader. 32 hours to 2 damn hours leader. With other people with the highest technology in a 6 months. Jason, you agree with leader, yes, Jason?
No, I do not. I do not, because if you look at even like any club, I mean, how much times Brighton get a player and by January in triple, quadruple in value? I mean, is it when you're playing certain opposition, when you're training with certain players, your market value tends to go up at an astronomical rate compared to training and playing in other leagues. So that those two things are linked. When you move to a better league, you're going to learn at a faster rate. Your value is going to increase at a faster rate. That's how life works. That's how the football works.
So leader, we disagree with you right there. We understand about the triple seal. That is true. So people can. So for instance, you are help out a team and you want to see the player go somewhere. You would say, all right, then let me do the second sell on clause. All right, and then people try to cut you out and then sell the player for 500,000. Then go to the third place that they really wanted the player, so they will wait the year and sell him for 5 million. I understand that. I understand and agree with that, leader, 100%. But the part of the development side, 6 months, brother, 6 months is a lot of time. Remember, 6 months in Jamaican terms is like 6 years in training terms. You get in 6 months in the bigger clubs, them leader, because they can afford it. Jamaica can't afford to put that time. They don't have the people to set up that for them, leader. You understand me, leader? So you have to factor those things in. Because what I don't want because agreed, we help send players the wrong places when I have the facts here, leader. Because remember, I am in these coaching and in some of these setups and know that 6 months, good God, leader, man. Big for the game, the big up Billy Diamond. It's difficult to explain to people in the region the different stages of development of a pro and the importance of having proper infrastructure, consistent, consistent with the world. Yeah, man. It's a leader. Go
I'm here.
ahead, but you agree with my statement here because I have the proof, because I'm in and around these things.
I agree with it. I agree with it with that take when you put it there, But as I said, either way, there is a serious undervaluing because at one stage, hold on, let me just show you something. At one stage, right back, when it went from in the 2000s, there was a general valuation and a lot of the players coming from Jamaica, and you didn't go below a certain figure, but sometime after there was a big dip. And then now, basically, players used to go for crumbs, and we're starting to build back. And I see something happening now where we are building back, but we have not reached where we used to be back in the past, where it was a regular thing for a player to go for 1 million X, and then valid 3 million, whatever. That was a regular thing because a lot of people, when I speak to somebody the other day about players leaving Jamaica and what I was telling somebody that, did you know that Claude Davis is probably one of our most successful players financial wise in sales, and people didn't understand what I meant, but he was signed at clubs for record fees for a defender in the Premier League. You understand? He played for two different teams in the Premier League and for some big figures. We have, but a lot of people don't appreciate that. And Clark Davis was not the finest player. People just said, "Boy, him wild," but he was effective. He wouldn't have been able to sign for two different Premier League teams and not for a minimal figures at the time. It was club record for one of the clubs at least. You understand?
Okay.
So it's not that we can't look here. Back then, let's look at it this way. Back then, in the 2000s, whatever, we did not have the quality, the certain things there. The coaches didn't understand nothing like what they do now, right? They didn't have the facilities. There are a lot of things that have improved, but for some reason, after that period, the valuation for all of those players we're just getting back at here because for a while, I can tell you that the standard in the whole of Jamaica, it did touch out right down. But we've seen something where things are building back gradually. So I think we should be able to,
So
leader.
That doesn't stand. It stemmed from where you're saying that we had the valuation. You realize the only thing that dips is the quality of the signal going out. So the quality of the coaching, the quality of people building trust in you. You realize that is the problem that was there before. Because you're talking from the Renaissance time that falls straight into the Shapers time. And then after, the quality drops again. And then now you're hearing that more academies with more license and you hear that program is running. So you don't believe that valuation have a lot to do with trust. And then JC can come in right after. Because we need to get to the meat of the matter with the leader. Because we gone a long time and we don't hear him understand this topic. Go ahead.
Well, okay, I agree with you with that. You have a lot of things being put in place now, right? And it makes sense because you have a lot of schools also that acting like academies. And as I say, Clarendon College is a good idea. Is that it's not just a school; it's almost like a mini academy. You understand? Because Kaim Dixon, right, has come out there. Nicky Daly, it's another Lamar Walker, and now maybe Richard King. Who knows? So we see what Clarendon College is also doing, almost like a mini academy. And hats off to Lenny Hyde. Let's hope that he can carry the same sort of thing to that, Phoenix thing also. So let's see.
All right, Jason, go ahead. Because you never get a chance to.
Yeah. So basically, like I hear leader bringing up cases from the past, right? And a lot of times when we are talking about football in Jamaican terms, we tend to do that. But my thing is, if you see a framework of something changing, wouldn't it be better to try to figure out the best ways to exist inside this new framework rather than always wanting to bring up, one time we were selling players for this much. If you know that they're doing a system where they want to get the player the first sale at the lowest possible, right? And then the next one they build, and then the next one, it will be the big one. You guys have to figure out a way to broker these deals in a way that you're involved in the second and the third transactions as well. And that way you still get the good value or what you deem closer to the value you think the player is for. Second thing on this whole market value thing, you mentioned just now that there's been a lot of improvements in scouting, coaching. Everything is using a lot more metrics in football, right? To discuss and determine how good a player is. So have you thought that maybe the reason why our values have decreased is because when people come and ask for certain metrics about our players, we cannot provide it to them? So we need to make sure that this whole scouting thing gets implemented immediately, so that when these people come and they want certain metrics about the game, whereas the player touched the ball on the pitch and things of this nature, we can actually produce it to them. Because one time, maybe you could have sit down with a trusted scout and him just talk to you, and that was enough. But they're not dealing with that no more, leader. They need metrics, they need things on paper as well as talking to you or whoever else they're going to talk to. I think that's a part of the issue. And I'm glad that they're working towards it, but we need the implementation.
Okay, well, I agree with you because basically how things are going now is that it's not so much that people actually sending physical scouts anywhere anymore. A lot of things are so technological based that you basically can do a lot of your work. You understand, without being there. And that was one of the things that I know John Wall was as well. Can't say if it was actually finalized with Y Scout, right, which would be able to track players and have a lot of you get information on players and so on. So right now, that is one of the things that we expect to happen. You understand? And there's a lot more information, as I said, on players, right? So it makes it easier. But the thing with the third seal, that particular thing is that that's one of the reasons why a club found out they were basically hoodwinked in the first seal because the other team had on their thing that he was sold for say $100, right? While you were told that the sale was $40. So when you saw that, you saw, hold on there, hey, how this is? You understand? Because they are when you're doing these transactions, they come through, So, but as I said, it's that doesn't really matter in right here now. As I said, how the thing is, we just want to say that okay, we want to see the more opportunities are opening up once again, not just in Eastern European countries, which is good, right? But we're starting to get back into that holy grail, so to speak, of UK market again.
All right, so leader, let me just say something to you, and I'm saying in public. Would you guys want like a professional person that would command, like a legendary footballer that would command the respect that can get deals done? Would you guys want that just to make sure we don't stall people, kids, the kids them? Because obviously, if you have a big baller like someone coming, like historical baller coming from Netherlands, deal with these things and he represent these players, you think that the deal would have been different? Because I truly believe that what you're worried about is just because maybe people don't trust you guys because you don't have the package, um, the backlog there. That may be the problem, You might can get what you want, but you just can't command it either. So at what point do you guys look at that to say, let me get someone that can command it so we can cut the time so these players can get better and help Jamaica? And at what point you guys look out for Jamaica as well in this conversation, because everything we are hearing now is just to make sure we broker the best deal for ourselves. So I know that's a long-winded one, but let me know your thoughts here.
Okay, when you say broker the best deal for yourselves, it's not real for yourselves. It's basically for all parties, meaning that you want to make sure that the player, right, the club they're coming from and the club they're going to, everybody, you know, is actually, getting, the best deal. You understand? You don't want the player to be going somewhere where he doesn't want to go to and won't
Mm-hmm.
help to advance his own career. You understand? Right? Plus, you don't want
Yeah.
to be sending him to a club that they didn't want a player for that particular position, and then he goes and then now he runs
Yeah.
into problem after a
Yeah.
while and then he
But leader,
literally
leader, I have to
drops
stop
back
her right
out.
there. But nothing what you had said to me for 40 odd minutes led me to believe that you cared about where he wants to go and what position he's going to play in. Everything was geared towards the the sales and what sale on as well. So all I'm saying, leader, remember I know you, All I'm saying is you don't believe that if I can get somebody of a higher ilk deal with these transactions from the first time, you can get the money that you want. So the players will be owned by the clubs instant. You don't think that is the problem? Because I think that was the problem for, I like that brilliant concept saying it. That was the problem for Kirk Butler as well, And they got people to get involved. So is it that you guys want to do everything solely on your own? And that's what's causing you to have 2 and 3 salons? And if so, would you want the help? Because I can get people that can help you.
Yes, I think that is a perfect thing because I think after even with Mr. Butler after a while, a lot of those things were expedited by other entities. You
All right.
understand? So it does make sense. Of course, it makes sense. Of
So
course,
would,
because
would you guys consider that and try go down that way? Because what I'm seeing in the chat, they are saying that you guys are greedy. That's what they want to say because they just believe that if you're getting 200 and 300,000 for a player, you should be satisfied. I kind of agree with you that you should get the most, but I don't think you should hold on to them so long to get maybe millions if you can get closer to your target, I think I would satisfy for that, because sometimes these kids, the longer it goes and they don't learn certain things, I am telling the leader they can't matriculate into nothing. I am not
Okay.
asking him.
Okay. Well, let me say this one.
You answer that
If
part.
I can speak, I can't speak on all clubs, but I can tell you on like Cavaliers thing, they don't hold on to players long at all. They once an offer comes that's beneficial for the player,
Yeah.
for everybody in thing there, they let the player go. A lot of players that you see go, they are sent, and it's the for sale clause is there sometimes. A lot of people don't even realize that even like a Kaheem Paris that went and has gone up. Club didn't
Yeah,
really
but
get anything. They wanted to get him out.
leader, you just started the conversation telling people that 2 years ago, he could have gone to the MLS. Obviously, you said it's a visa issue, but that
Different
visa issue
issue.
could be started within 6 months. And then your statement right up the leader, oh, sometimes certain things good for the work out. Leader, it's recorded, you know? So people can believe that you're holding on certain deals, leader. You're talking to me. I talk to you a lot. Stop it, the leader, people. Listen to
No,
them.
no, 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 no. Okay, hold on. No, no,
Jason,
no. I don't have to
Jason,
go into
what
the.
you no, hold on, leader, before I speak. Jason, what you hear from leader? Because never
Uh,
sure to the chat to say
a
the same
lot,
thing.
everything, all in a. That's the thing. If leader talk long enough, he sound like he could be on either side of whatever argument. It's never very definitive. Like we came on asking him about this deal, and we've heard about every other deal under the sun.
And we're gonna get to that deal, but we want him to speak so people can hear it. All right. So leader, I think you guys are holding on to the damn players them too long. If so much deals coming in. I'm
Yeah,
very
that's
sorry. And
that's a question. Who is King's agent, leader?
Can't discuss anything to do with Richard King at all
Okay,
right now.
okay. That was quick.
you're talking for $500, and then you say can't discuss on the 1 hour mark. I, leader and agent.
You get
All
paid.
I'm telling you, stop holding up on big people and pitney, all right, and send them go overseas. They are not nowhere near the finished article. None of these players will leave from the Premier League, the Jamaican Premier League, and get any game time in 6 months in any English Premier League. So send the damn people and pitney, go there, go learn. All of a $10 you get for them, at least you're gonna get their recognition. Because the reason why Jamaica had soul players was because they got the recognition and the respect. We lost those respect with the 7 billion players we send by USL, college, and them not turn out to nothing. So send the players them to the best place so they can have the maximum response. That's all. So sometimes we have to lose on some of these players in order to gain back the respect and gain the money in the long haul. Leader. So this foolishness of holding out and everything, it's not gonna be big boss. I'm very sorry,
Well,
leader.
look here. Don't say that, because one of the things, in the last 2 years, Cavalier has sent more players overseas than any other club, and we have never held on for any big payday for any player. None.
So why are you
Even
holding on now for this player?
who
Because
said that?
I do
No,
think
no, no,
leader,
no, 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 no,
leader,
no,
you
no, no,
tell
no, no,
me
no, no,
to
no.
refuse
You are
Iceland.
there's
No,
no, that's not happening.
leader, but you said that in the same statement. Say Iceland come in, leader. The video, leader at 2024, a 4K recording a going in, leader. Leader, you just say you turn down this because you think say the man
But
offer this from
hold on,
Iceland.
for a better,
Leader,
hold on. Okay, hold on. What would be better? Let's look at it here now. If you had an offer from, say, well, say Iceland, and then somebody said, look here, if you go and sell your cake them, instead of selling cake them to Jason thing, Walmart want your cake and it go and give you a bigger market. Which would you take? The Jason's mama and papa store or sell to Walmart and get a
okay, but
better thing
leader,
and
you
better
tell me say
exposure?
you not hold on on the kid. But you just tell me say you hold on on the kid for better reasoning. Okay, no problem. No problem. But what happen if this one don't go through? You're gonna hold on for next year or so? Because
And
the next
also,
we're gonna look for you again. Because one more year again, just 4 years that now. So we're gonna look for him next year again, with the story. But as what Jason said, people, you hear leader already. Leader mix up himself.
but
Leader, walk on with this thing. Should we believe this
listen, hold
story?
on. Before that analogy where you just using leader, you need to analyze what you just say. You say you now go to the mom and pop, you go to the Walmart. But remember, Walmart already have a million cake in there put on, And this mom and pop might be able to push you to a different level because they can focus on you.
Thank you, Jason. So
But
you
you're not
already see the
thinking of
point I've
it.
been
So,
telling about
so you're
him
just
trying to
running
get the best
down,
deal for
you're
the
running
people.
down the pretty thing, the EPL, the
No,
EPL.
but Jason, also him just a state about oh, we have to make sure we get the right deal for develop the players them. A foolishness him attack, Jason, a lie him a tell. Because you know why me know a lie him a tell? Because no time them not spend for nobody in the Premier League. If you can't kick a ball or you can't control, whether you go down a League Z. And that may make you know a League Z you go. Whilst Jason right. The other man them in a League One will take more time with you. That's why I've always said Kyle Dixon deal is one of the best deal. That's why we said that. But leader, you need to stop it in a leader. You need to stop it, big boss. Leader, just the right, and adapt me that tell you from day one. Stop the foolishness. You don't want to sell a player them for a bag of money, and that is the truth, leader. No care what you gonna tell me, you can't spin a story, and that is the truth. Straight up. Me nah sympathize with it today because we want to play them to be the best version of themselves when they make the national team. And they get put in on the national team for statement, but they make the national team 19 times. And they never deserve 15 nights. We want them to deserve the whole 19. You understand me? So stop the foolishness, leader. Tell me what go on with this deal because that the people want to hear about leader. All right? That you come on find out. Tell me
No,
what go on.
I didn't come on to speak about any deal. I came on basically just to correct something that Jason was speaking
You
about.
come on to correct something where Jason never said. You hear that?
Well,
Come on
so
to
I've
correct
made a
something.
correction.
So, leader, is there a possibility that this kid is actually really going to be in any transfers?
I can't comment on that right now at all.
You can just say yes, it's possible that the kid has the talent to play anywhere. Just give us
The
something.
kid has had interest. This youngster has had interest from clubs in the highest league in North America, which is MLS.
Okay.
He has had interest from clubs in the oh god, what area is that where Finland, Norway is?
No.
Scandinavian region.
Yeah.
He has had interest in the United Kingdom also. And I am confident, very, very confident, that something will be finalized for this youngster in very short order. If not by in the January window, by the summer window.
Well,
I think that should be it because we weren't. You shouldn't have been here, but as I said, it was Mama and Papa store or Walmart. So let's see.
Okay, no, that is a little bit better, even though you don't say much, but we can hold you to that word because I like to reference you in other conversations, and it's always put you on the bad side of you telling me something I don't come true. So make sure, because today people are listening to you good, all right? Yes, make sure you know that it's a come true leader. You only need to improve this behavior, leader. Get somebody that can deal with it. You and Mr. Speed deal with the footballing, you do the scouting in Jamaica, find the talent, and Mr. Speed try win some game for Cavaliers to put some good image on the players them. And hire somebody to have some image because I'm telling you, it is because people don't respect other people without name. Leader. Remember, I'm around big legendary footballers that run turning into agents and them stuff there, and that's how them deal with people. Them can
Yeah,
carry into
hold on
deals.
there though. Hold on there though. Just get it clear. When it comes to that aspect, there the players have agents. Nobody Cavalier is not the club, the player's agent. So just take that part out of the
Okay, well,
mix.
the agents them not do
Right?
a good
So
job.
right.
The agents them not do a good
I
job.
can comment on that aspect, as
I
I
don't
said.
want you to comment on
So,
it. I'm
right.
telling you that the agents them not doing a good job because when they still
Anyway,
struggle
but
to get third
just
and fourth
understand that
contract. Leader,
everybody has their part.
sometimes, leader, listen to me. I've listened to you well enough. You tell me, Jason, you never hear the man say, we can't get the right seals for the second hand contract them or the third one them.
I
Someone said,
said in case I gave a general thing and I gave
oh my
example of
God.
Arnett Gardens. I gave an example of Arnett Gardens. I didn't say
So
any of any Cavalier. I just speak
okay,
generally.
we're not talking about the Cavaliers leader, but
Right.
doesn't the same agent sell players just from every damn club in Jamaica?
Yes.
So then why leader talk about, I was talking in general term, leader. Why you
No,
stop it,
listen.
leader?
Oh, when I
Yeah,
mentioned, I gave two examples, and let me just be clear. Hold on. Harborview, that agent had nothing to do with Harborview. That agent wasn't even around. I think it was probably still in Pampas
Oh
at
my
that time.
God.
So it's not that it not. So don't go that way.
Yes, leave it
Okay.
in. Leave
So
it
it's
at that.
two different. Don't try to think there because I could bring another name and think there. So don't use that. Plus even the deal for UK before when they went, it was not that agent. So don't try to. There are several people that represent players. It's not just who you the one that you know because we have a very good relationship with that other agent also. So I
So
don't want
so
you to class aspersions that way because
so
he
if
represents other
Leader, I
players
have not
first.
done
so
anything against him.
the players lounge football agency is now representing King.
Okay. And how much the players loans sells over the last 5 years, Jason?
The
You
biggest,
have a number on that?
yes, the biggest, well, the highest valued player that they currently have is Solly March from Brighton at 18 million.
Okay. All right.
Everybody else is below 250k.
Okay. So my argument still stands, right, Jason? Like as if like
They
the
are not
power.
they are, I wouldn't
Mhm.
say they are extremely active in the market,
Okay. And that's all we are trying to say, leader.
especially at the level of the teams that the article would have referenced.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying, leader. I was just trying to say, we are look. My interest in a leader when we come on, it's always about what's the best for the kid, how we can get them out faster because you already stated that we don't have the highest development. In our same conversation, everything that we said, we're on. All of us kind of agree with it.
Mhm.
So
Let me
my
just go on, and let me
my
just say
interest
something.
is to see how fast we can get them out. But your interest is leading a care what you
Morning.
say. Your interest is we can't just get them out for less than what we truly want because we feel like people are taking for fool. So we should be the only general, you know? We should only be the only general in these conversations. Nobody not general us. But my question to you, leader, are we spending so much money on these players? Because some of these players, with leader, me here say get them from them at 16. So how much money you truly spend on these players for want a bag of money for them? So could we
They
no answer that first because
no, hold on. Let me say one thing. Correct you. The average. Let me use Adrian Reed as an example.
all
Adrian
right.
Reed has been at Cavalier from he's 12. The average player at Cavalier comes there from 11, 12 years old.
So King come there
So
at
a
what age,
lot.
leader? King come there at what age?
Close to 17, 16,
Oh,
17.
okay. Thank you very much. So let
But
me continue.
he's not the
You
average.
can
He's not the
you
average.
can
Just to
lead
make
that,
you know, he's not the average.
oh,
The average ones are there from 12, 13 or younger.
so leader, let me calm down because you get me too.
Oh, let me just say something to Jason. Jason,
Mm.
you can't use what somebody does in the marketplace because when a certain deal went down with Italy,
Mhm.
right? That
Mhm.
agent had never been there before, right? When a certain deal
No,
went down
again,
the other day with
I
England,
had this leader.
that agent had not been there
I
before. So
understand that. But leader, listen, I
just
had
saying.
this conversation last night and I said it. Why is it that every time we reason about anything, we always want to go away from the norm and only focus on the anomaly?
But Jason, him now make me forgot my point, Jason. Him now make me people. My new name is Billy Diamond from back in the days. Maybe I am the one that should be finding the diamonds in the rough.
I
All
knew
right.
your
So,
name.
Billy Diamond, I gone back to my dancehall name people. Cranky, you bad my name because you try Bill a hit song and it now work. Anyway, let me continue. Sorry for that, Father Cranky. I know
Hey,
you're gonna fight me for 3 years though.
leader, one question, right? And I'm not going to press you on giving us details because I know you can't speak too much, right? But what I will ask you, the fact that this article and these articles have come out, do you think this is a good thing for the player?
Okay, what I would say is that I remember with Whisper, you had a thing where it was, when you have a pipe and it's dripping, and you had that Whisper was there's interest from Newcastle and a lot of teams were named. sometimes it's a strategy, to get interest. Just like sometimes a player in England wanting to get a call up, maybe for England, they start to drip that Jamaica is interested. They start to drip out. It's a strategy that people use, It's a
Okay.
well-known strategy. You
So
might you have genuine interest from one person, but to probably drive up the thing, you make it drip to make it know that hey, Billy Diamond FC interested,
and my
but yeah.
the reason I asked is I learned about some stuff today. I'd heard rumblings about the Scotland stuff, and I didn't really know that Iceland went back in for him and stuff. But at that time, we didn't see anything like this. So I'm just wondering, for it to come out now, you just basically, without saying it, you said it. So I understand totally why these articles would have been surfacing now.
Okay, people. We have not hit 100 likes on it. That is disrespectful. All right. So obviously, I don't have the thing to play on you guys' conscience. All right. So that's the reason I don't like it. So get likes up to at least 150, and then you can get a next hour or so. All right. This video is not monetized, people. So what you can do is just hit the like button. So if I don't get any likes on it, I am going to feel disrespected because it's not sharing by YouTube because the system that I'm using not working. All right. So that's why. So just hit the like button at least. We don't ask you for no money or nothing. We just want the likes on the video. So once I turn in the monetization, YouTube can send it to an extra 1,000 people so they can pay. But if you want to donate to the channel, you can. But that is not the case right here. Leader, what I want to not miss, Jason tried to talk me out of that point. It's not going away. So since you have from
Final
12 years
question, by
old,
the way.
no, no,
Final
no, 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 no,
question.
no. Now, let me ask the question. Since from 12 years old, you have majority of the kids, and you get this man from 17. Can it be can you put some leniency on it to let go of the kid then? Because now you know that you already never have 4 to 5 years of his development. Should it not be that way, leader? So you can take less?
Nobody
I'm
not
not
holding on to
so hard
anybody.
to
No, man,
know because
don't say that. Nobody's holding on to anyone. Don't say that. Don't put the aspersions out there like that.
leader, but leader, if you Jason and Siobhan, and the people in the chat, if you refuse one deal, and you refuse 2 deals, is that not holding on to somebody? And if you said that if a man offer you crumbs over here from Walmart and then over the next supermarket, they might offer a little bit more, is it not holding on to somebody? Leader,
No, hold on.
why
No, no,
you
no, no,
can't
no. Hold
read
on. You're
man the
getting the
word
thing
there,
wrong.
leader? You
You're
can't
getting the
read
thing
man the word
wrong.
there.
The
Jason,
supermarket is offering the crumbs,
hold
but
on.
Walmart is
Because
offering
when
the better
somebody are
deal.
listening, Jason, you never got the same belief from it, or you're going with leaders and nobody now hold on for nobody. Just let me know.
No, I mean he has said contradicting things today. I mean, sometimes some points he makes leans to we're not holding the player, and then other times when he talk about his history and the recent history of what could have happened, it sounds like they are holding on to the player because they think that he's being undervalued. So I mean, the both of those things can't be true. So you have to decide, leader, which one is it?
Can I say something also? Leader, if you feel like the kid is not going to be sell on for a value that you guys think that he should be sold for, you can always put a clause in the transfer the sell on contract, so that it can be beneficial for the club in the long run.
It's
And
always done.
also there's a, there's
They
a
answered
cer-
that already. They answered that already. He
yeah.
answered that already.
Yeah, and also there's a certain level of transparency over here when time it comes on to transfer news, and also when information go out in the media that they're going to sell on somebody, it's not a big secret. Nobody's hiding anything from anybody. So all that
Uh,
information is out there.
can I ask you
But
something?
Siobhan,
Colin, can
let
I
me
ask
break
you a
down very
question?
quickly because
Chevron,
Yeah.
can I ask you a question quickly?
to say that people can still do it legally by doing a third class where in which they sign with an ex smaller club so to get you out of that deal. And then
Yeah.
on the third one, that's where they got the bucket load. So really and truly, they wanted to go to the third club, but they just use the second club right there because they're all friends to get rid of the Jamaican club out of the conversation. That's what he used, and I can't refute that so much because I saw these like that happen. For real, in relation to Jamaican players. So I'm not gonna push on it so much, But we still have a beat leader same way. I don't care what I say,
Anyway, Siobhan,
Mm.
we're just finishing up here now. That is a regular thing that is done. But when you say about transparency, Siobhan, if you can do your research and tell me how much Ronaldo CFAS went for, I would love to hear. I know still, but it's the figure where he went for. Trust me, I could have reached in my pocket and buy him. And Billy Diamond could have buy him all 2-3 times.
No, but that's not mean drama. No, 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 no.
No, but
All I'm saying is, you have a point, but I still agree with Trevor and Jason. We could find a much better way how to conduct business that they go on the
yeah.
first sale, and stay where they are and improve rather than withdraw it out and it really gone away. Because it hurt the player them if they ever make them extra deal of leader. Like for the
Yeah.
third seal and them stuff there, it a damage the player them because the player have to run around, and I try get themselves up. If them have a little patch, them can sit down on the patch and improve as a player. You understand me? So I think it's damaging the player them overall leader, man. It is, man. It is. You know?
Then JD, I think it's not an issue of the club. Then it's an issue of the person that is selling on the player. I think these people that are selling on the player, they should have a better understanding of the system and how it's going to work out and how
They do.
things are going to transition. But I'm just saying, JD. But at the same time, like even with the Ronaldo Cephas thing,
Mhm.
I can understand what leader is saying because a lot of things move shady in a Jamaica, but over here it has to be transparent. You can't say I sell a player for $1 and you're gonna sell him for $1 million. You understand?
Hold
Because
on,
all of these
Siobhan.
things are taxable and then thing there. So you have to yeah. The information has to be set out there.
That's the thing, Siobhan, is that sometimes, yes, it is there, but what happens is that you might find out when the third sale come up, and that is when you find out, say, hold on, oh, that is not what we were told, or that's not the figure. Like you have, okay, I don't know if you ever hear about this yet. We have in the past, when you usually have the Al Capone and them people, and normally say them have one set of books for them dealing and one set of books for the tax people, you know?
Right. Right.
Right. So anyway, people, it was nice being with you this morning,
All right.
and I'm glad I
Respect,
could
man.
have
Take care of yourself,
cleared
man.
up
Make
or
sure you
not
sleep.
cleared up any questions that you
Yes,
might
I
have
don't
had.
think you clear. Not at all. Yes, they can go on with business. That's fine. All right. Yeah, man. Big up, yeah? All right. So that's leader, people. That was the great leader. All right. Let me continue our show. Leader bring more confusion. The only good thing leader says the article might be fake because they want to drum up more interest of other people, which we already thought that from reading the article. So yeah. So maybe the only thing you can hold on to, the article might be fake because when you read it, you kind of see that that was the intention when they were talk about. It's like it's a local biased person write the article and they just copy it and put it on HITC. You know, that's all I've gotten from that damn article. So hopefully the kid can come through and if other things that he says should be taken serious, Jamaica all the kids them ransom now. So another Jamaican national team a fight against no kids. Are the actual are the actual are the actual are the actual agents them in a Jamaica a fight against the kids them. That's what we have gotten out of this discussion right here. Because it's all about money. No care what leader say, it's all about money because he talks about 4 to 5 deals and they turn them down. Just no one say it, but you know, as them say, him no want in a balls contest, but one thing me, I go say it as it is. And that him I say Jason. So them can't kill a Jason in their foreign. They are Jamaica. Them not take the plane for come kill. Say it, and that them I do. All right, so we have Big Bad Cranky in the house. Good day, Cranky. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I am here relaxing in the car. We wanted to just bring out some clarity to this because we read the article and the article never really seemed like it was anything serious.
Right.
Yeah, so we have to bring it back to the people and explain. And lovely, we get one of the confused individuals them come on in leader to confuse the masses a little bit more. You understand? So
He's confused.
yeah,
Like how
we
you're
just need
confused
to
about your
answer.
singing career or your DJ career. Because you keep telling people that you were a DJ
Oh,
previously.
okay. I never
In what life, in what era,
Yo,
in what year, I have no idea.
Cranky, stop lying on me, Cranky. Everybody know that I was not a DJ. I usually keep party where Jamaican Gouda them come, Bounty them come, not nice them there. That's what I usually do, Cranky. I have never tried to go in you're always looking somebody to have a clashing argument with. Cranky, I will not do that.
You started,
What I'm not good at?
I just
What
said
I'm
you
not
call
good at?
yourself, you come like you're a James Bond person now. You JD Diamond or some Diamond thing.
No, I don't. That was my name. All right, Cranky, this is where it came from. I heard that people looking for me to do me things that
Wait, give you money? Give you
I
money?
am almost certain that I never was involved in it. And I've gotten wind that it's because a next person that used two initials close to my name, he's the one going around giving trouble. And he's the one that they want to kill or do things to.
Okay.
So I said,
You don't want to kill them, I just want to talk to them. They want to talk to them strongly.
And sometimes in my chat, somebody will come in and say, bless up, and use that individual name.
Okay.
So I said, all right, you know what? Be the bigger man. Let me just change my name completely to one of my next famous names. And that's how the Billy Diamond came about.
Back up. Your next famous, are you famous? I'm confused, baby. I didn't you're
Cranky, I said my next famous name. Cranky, I can't believe how you are behaving like this.
No. You say your famous name. You say a famous name. There's a difference.
Yes, my next famous name. That means I can be forgotten, but my name still lives on. That's all, Cranky. You're very versed in English, Cranky, so don't go around it. All right?
Yo, Dre, anyway, I ask you a question, JD.
What's that? Yo, Jason, leave the man alone. People smash the like button. I am not any Asian sensation. I was just saying I was keeping party, and we get it started though. Everybody know what my name is, so that means nobody will be trying to kill me. All right. The other people that wants to die will die on their own. That's all. All right.
So yes, you're afraid of people. You're afraid of people.
No, that is not me afraid of anyone.
You don't want wrong and be
yes, I don't want to die for things that I am not prepared for. Like it's not my cause. You know?
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't want to kill an old man either too.
So I caught I actually got a call about
Cranky,
you.
I don't want to kill an old man neither too, Cranky, for no reason. I don't want to just kill an old man for no reason. All right? So make me clear.
We're not killing thing. We're not killing nobody. That Jamaica thing. You're not Jamaica no more. You've escaped the one of the highest murder capital in the world. That's not killing thing. You're a peace thing we are doing.
Not a Diddy party, it's a Billy party.
Oh my God. Yeah, go ahead, Cranky.
So I was hearing you talk about a player who's now have interest supposedly from a number of Premier League teams. Has that been authenticated and substantiated that this is a fact?
No, that's the video. You're Cranky.
I came on late. Somebody called me and said you were on, and I didn't know you were on. Actually, I was going to the gym. Wait. I was going to the gym and I take time out to come here. Right? I was going to the gym. I was going maybe to the gym and take time to come here.
Okay, I'm very sorry, big boss. Well, I've not said any damn thing like that. I've said I don't believe the article. I think it's a sensationalism. Maybe someone is interested in the player, but they're just using it to maximize the interest. If someone should turn up in the future, that's all I think.
It seems strange though that a player who's been around for a while is what about 23, 24?
23
has played 22, has played overseas, has been around the national league for a while. That now you'd have so much interest, so many clubs. When he hasn't had tryout from those clubs, has he had tryouts at those clubs?
No, that was very much clear right there.
So that was kind of interesting that you would have so much interest from so many teams, or just teams just following each other if they're going to show that interest. Are they just piggybacking from each other? If one show interest, all the other show interest. I'm curious. Or was he recommended by, say, Antonio or Prodigal Son?
Well, that's what the article wanted to slightly suggest, but because they know that they will be called out if they pin it down as that statement, they try to make sure they skim around the top. So the article just never makes sense from the first 2 lines. And when we click HRTC, it just never makes sense either. And leader pretty much just say them have to just pull off one of the Craig Butler style, you know? So
Yeah,
that's what
because
Did leader confirm the interest? Did he confirm the interest?
no,
No, they never confirm nothing, Cranky.
he didn't confirm anything just now,
So the article is fake then?
or deny anything. To be honest,
So the article might be, the article might just be fake then, because that's what leader pretty much saying. But he said it's a marketing strategy.
You know, leader's Teflon down, right? Nothing sticks. You don't need a leader. Leader just says stuff and just figure it out yourself. It's a puzzle. You figure out the puzzle.
no. He said totally differing views in one answer. One answer.
Yeah, that's leader. Teflon down. That's leader. None sticks. Everything he throws something against it just drop off. You don't know what leader is saying sometimes. If you ask leader we talked about one time, it was a managed program talking about how they source talent across Jamaica. And it's only recently they started doing for other parishes, you know. They just source talent from Kingston to Clarendon and stop. Because the car can't drive further than Clarendon. Car bus is up. They source talent from Kingston to Clarendon. It's only now because
Thank God
if you ask leader if he's Cavaliers,
the highway, man.
if you ask him if it's Cavaliers, he'll say, no, I'm not working for Cavaliers. But then hear him today, he say, we. So he will contradict himself by saying we, but then he say he doesn't work for Cavaliers. He's just a scout or he's whatever. It's interesting how he operates. That's leader, though.
So,
we love leader. We want drama, we just bring in leader.
Cranky on the panel, I think that we have this new media running in Jamaica where everybody just want to jump in something. And I don't think they fully understand what it's all about. And they are becoming a part of the problem. Sometimes we can get caught up in it by just extension. You get me? And I can tell you, going forward, you're going to have people just approaching people and give them money to run propaganda. Because it's a free marketing or a capable marketing place. So like we putting out these names and stuff, it's a part of the propaganda. So that's why I said we can get caught up in it by extension. We trying to give clarity to our fan base. It is by extension just the same, Cranky. You understand me? Yeah, but it looks like a lot of propaganda running, to be honest, for me. You get me?
Yeah, what I would love, JD, is for people to really try to be responsible when they put on information which the public have to digest.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, sometimes you may have really good sources and they may not give you the best information. They may want to use you, frankly. How do you get to make sure the information is correct? Do you have other sources to substantiate the information? Can you corroborate the information? Because sometimes people will try to use you to get information out, right? So is your source reliable? Has your source historically shown that they're reliable so you can rely upon them when they tell you something? Are they close enough to the situation to really have a perspective and a view, which you then reveal to the public? That's what normal traditional media used to do at one point. They seem to have moved away from that because of pressure, because there's so much media out there nowadays and competition force people to do things they shouldn't do. But I don't think it's okay to put out false narrative out in the marketplace.
Yeah, but Cranky, this has been a thing a long time. You know, Craig Butler and his son did a play for a team that they weren't playing for. These are things that happen, and I don't want me and that man to vibes, but I have to reference him because it's football relation. All right, and I'm not afraid of people.
You're talking about TV.
Yes.
Okay. So let me just say this. I was hoping the news would be true for 2 reasons.
Sure.
For 2 reasons. Primary, for the kid and his family and for Jamaica football in general. But for my own personal reason, because I'm tired of the TV boss being the only person who has put 2 players off recently in the Premier League and one in the Premier League and one Premier League team, and I beat him chess 24/7, so nobody else can coach. I was hoping it was true to say, you know what? Let's put that narrative to bed and we can just move on. Because what would happen is, indirectly, that person wouldn't have the same influence they have if you can demonstrate somebody else can do what you have done.
Oh,
right? JD, you remember when you talk about holding back the player? Is this really what it's about? They have to hold out until they get the EPL move, just like their, adversary, I guess you could say.
So when listen when them talking, you're Cranky just come and tell her the reason why.
I said my own personal reason. I have no idea about this, right? My own personal reason.
Yeah, but that align with theirs too.
That is the Indian Jamaica thing. Believe me, Cranky. That's how one side that picks Mr. Speed thinks, and that's how the next side thinks. Because people come here and have fake news. I true they want to run competition with the boss.
Yeah, I didn't know this. I haven't been watching channels.
The thing is,
for my own personal reason, I was hoping that would be the case, so we can put that to bed and move on.
Ainsley, we don't know if the story is true. Based off what leader says, which you have to take with no salt. Just take it with some grain. He's saying
grain.
that
Don't take no grain, because grain is salt. No grain, just take it.
No, you that's agree with something. Yes, he's saying that interest is there for the player, but and the player will not make any move until summer. All right, until summer. All right, yes.
So I'm gonna play. If it's true, play each team again. You try to get the most money, and I'm gonna put the player in the best situation. Because as I said, the second player the team that went to Chelsea, I thought went to the wrong place for the player's own future. Because Chelsea is a place where people get lost. You go to Chelsea, you get lost. If the player went to Newcastle, I'm telling you right now, they'd probably be part of the first team squad. If they progress, so they were progressing at Chelsea.
I don't believe
that. If you go to Chelsea, I'm telling you, there are so many kids who go to Chelsea who get lost. Brilliant kids, by the way. Go to Chelsea and get lost because how Chelsea operates. So hopefully,
I have two different reasons from Cranky for wanting it to have been true. Two different reasons. I hear that King has developed exponentially, and I wanted it to be true so that if he's developing at that rate as an individual, as a player, that would fast track or improve the level to which his development can reach. So that's one. I wanted it to be true for that. The next thing is, if he's at that level that West Ham and Aston Villa backline sees him that he can improve their backline, it would stand to reason that would bring some plus to the Jamaican situation. So, one, for the player as an individual, and two, that the country would benefit if he is, in truth and fact, developing to really deserve that kind of profiling.
But Pastor,
I don't think, however,
Pastor, then you and I are on the same page. I just
something
said,
like this.
Pastor, I just said for the player, the country, and in family. How is that different from the last one you just said, Pastor? Is the same as what you said?
No, Cranky, you said something else. You said something else too.
No, I said for King is family.
So I wanted to. You said something else. You said.
It's recorded, Pastor. It's recorded. I said
Cranky.
Himself and
that's
his family.
That's not all you said.
And I then said
Cranky, that's not all you said.
The toxic boss.
God.
There are two things. Anyway, keep going, Pastor. Keep going. The floor
yes, and I yeah, I was just responding to what you are now saying, that part of the Jamaica football fan base that deals in the isms and schisms that does not obtain anywhere else in the world. I really just don't waste my time on it, Cranky. The truth is, I shared on this platform, I think 2 weeks ago. I didn't know that even the Bible speaks to the Jamaica situation, football fan base situation. The Bible says in 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 12, sensible people do not dare align themselves with those who practice
Pastor Freeze, thank you, Lord.
People say they are not wise.
Apostle.
So I don't waste my time with foolish people,
Pastor, you
with
froze
people who
out.
are choosing to
Pastor,
be
you
done.
froze.
Because the only way in the world that somebody it froze.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
this is
You're
the
in the bush.
day.
You're in North Carolina. I'm afraid in North Carolina too. You guys don't have good cell towers.
If you keep on stopping past then he's not going to finish, and you are going over there getting agitated and can't get the time to speak. So
But he's freezing. I want to hear what he has to say. He's a very eloquent speaker. I like to listen to eloquent speakers, but he's
right.
trying to hear what he has to say. Okay.
You see them two man, they can't even screen you.
And JD, it's no longer your program. It's no longer your program, JD. Hey, Pastor, go ahead. We can't hear you. Go ahead. Go.
Oh my God.
I was saying, Cranky. It was about 2 weeks or so ago on this program. I shared what I learned very surprisingly, that the Bible spoke to the Jamaica football fan base situation. I didn't know before about 2 weeks ago. The Bible says in 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 12 that sensible people, and I'm paraphrasing it into Jamaican language so we can understand it, because it reads in English. Sensible people do not dare compare themselves with the likes of those who compare themselves with themselves to then say that they are the best in the world. I can take up the Bible now and read the exact text so that you understand that my paraphrasing is 100% correct. And I did not water down the text to suit any narrative. Because there is no way on earth, nowhere on earth, other than Jamaica, that this kind of practice exists. So I will read it from the King James Version. For we dare not make ourselves of the number,
Church JD, but
or compare ourselves with some that commend themselves, but they measuring themselves by themselves and comparing themselves among themselves are not wise. Only dunce, foolish people do those things that the Jamaica football fan base practice, and they seemingly are comfortable to put it out in the public domain. So that is why I said, Cranky, my points were different than yours because you added that component to your points.
Okay. I think it's similar but different. I say one thing, Pastor, which is
we have two of the points that we both mentioned, but that part I don't want to have anything to do with it. I am done with foolish and done people.
Frankie and Pastor, we only have 28 more minutes to go, so we want to get a definitive answer on this player, and we have something about your favorite player, Cranky, Mikel Antonio, because Carragher came out with an article, so so we want to ask you a question on that as well. So in the chat, let me know, drop a comment. Let me know if you think King can play in the Premier League. And we're going to ask everyone. So everyone just go ahead. Jason and Cranky, you can start. Anyone of you guys want to start if you think that he has the capability of playing there.
Let me just say this quickly, which is, I'll go step by step back and say this. I'm not sure where the teams that were mentioned will get the intelligence to inform their view about the player's capability. Right, which is why the article sort of was interesting to me, because if he said he's got capped 19 times for the country, the last few windows he hasn't played a game for the country. He's been on the bench, right? He's playing behind players who are not deemed to be Premier League there, whether it's Lowe or whether it's Bernard or whether it's Hector. He's behind all of them in terms of the hierarchy. So and he's younger, obviously, and can be taught. But where do they get the information from to inform their view? Given his stint overseas didn't work out, to say he's ready to be coming to one of these top teams. I didn't understand that. Does he have the ability? I cannot determine that at this point in time.
Oh, all right.
Because the level of competition he's against doesn't give me that insight to make that decision.
Right.
I can only make the decision if I see you playing against players which may have equivalent ability. If it was in MLS, for example, which is a higher league than JPL, and he's dominating, then you can say yes, you can see the transition to the EPL. I haven't seen that to make that decision, so I don't know.
All right. You want the Mikel Antonio question instant, or you want Jason?
Give to me, Lord, hit me, Jesus.
Let me listen. Let me just say this, right? I think if this article is like as you said, sometimes as one said in the comment section, sometimes there's smoke and no fire, just smoke, right? But at the end of the day, the things in this article that lead me to believe that we need to just really relax on how far we go with this whole thing. There's a part in here that says, and I want you guys to tell me if you know who this is. They said they spoke with a Jamaican expert, Jamaican football expert named Ryan Nelson. Does anybody here know who that is?
Ryan Nelson?
Yes.
Is that the agent in England?
I don't think he's an agent in England.
That sounds like a YouTuber.
Oh, so no. Ryan or something another name? Is that
it's Rayon. So I don't know if it's pronounced Ryan or Rayan or what, but it's Ryan Nelson, and it's a Jamaican YouTuber.
Pronunciation varies.
Okay, there you go. So
I don't know who that is.
And that was my point. So that is their knowledge base from Jamaica that they spoke to and have direct quotes from in this article. And that was a huge red flag to me. Because if you're going to talk to anybody in the Jamaican space, I would say most of the people in this chat and definitely the panelists would be somebody I would call first. So that to me was a bit strange. I didn't hear anything from his coach. I didn't hear anything from the top scout in the JFF, Mr. Maxwell. I heard from Jamaican football expert Ryan Nelson. No disrespect to you, Mr. Nelson. No disrespect to you. I'm just saying. No one here of the five of us who follow Jamaican football know who that is?
Jason, there is no unknown football expert in the Jamaican football setup.
That is my point, Pastor.
No unknown football expert. So if all of the pundits that speak on football matters concerning Jamaica don't know him, he don't exist.
Caris, the man name is Rohan Nelson. I know that's an old striker. Somebody said Rohan, yeah, it's Rayon, and there's a link to his YouTube channel in the article. So if you guys want to learn who this expert is, you can click the video.
Yeah, man, I know, and but I don't know what to say. I don't know. Smoke there, unicorn meat.
Roast. But yeah, I thought that was very surprising, and I thought that it was very telling as well that was their link to, any news from the Jamaican side of things about the player. It was someone who has a YouTube channel in the space, and I don't know if he would be. I don't know if he's. I don't want to disparage the young man. I'm not sure if he would have been the person I would have went to talk to, read these type of things. That's all.
Especially with inside information, I would agree. I think he's a decent guy. That's always trying his thing. So I respect that. Maybe he formulated himself a little bit more respectful, and that's why they went for that source. Because remember, I'll be a bad man in a Jamaican category.
JD, I'm seeing you always in your car. You homeless? You need help?
My car is very expensive, so
but doesn't mean that you can't leave your car because it's expensive.
My car is very expensive, so I would have an expensive home.
JD, don't be bashful. If you need help, call us behind the scenes.
I would have an expensive home if I'm homeless.
This is how Billy Diamond speaks, Cranky. This is not JD. This is Billy Diamond.
Yeah. So my car would be a very expensive home then. So
I know Maverick is always right. Maverick is always in his car. Why are you always in your car nowadays? You follow Maverick?
Because Frankie, the reason why because we're busy human beings. We don't they're home all our life. I have to work and I have to pick my kid. I have responsibilities, and YouTube don't come in front of my responsibilities because YouTube can't pay me. Like how Liam Bailey said, Jamaica can't do nothing feed. Jamaica YouTube can't pay me. That's all me I say. Me never make $1 on this video. That me I make all right. I'm an internet me I use. So my car, I'm a work up a pay fees. All right, Cranky? Me now go answer again. So me have to do it.
There's me not done, right? There's me not done. There's me not done.
Yes, so Cranky, let
Come back with more.
me talk. So
On the matter,
okay, other people wanted to speak.
on the matter,
Okay,
No,
see?
not other people. Pastor want to
A man
speak.
put $2. A
on
man
the,
put $2
on,
from my own fund, people. People who can put some donation from my own fund. Me go use it by gas too. And that me make them know. When you can't pay my bill, let me know my way.
Hey, JD, they don't say I'm Belgium I live.
Right.
Belgium is the most expensive place. They don't say I'm Belgium I live, JD. One of the most expensive place. $2 can't do it. You need pounds. You don't need no dollar, no euro. You need pounds.
A $2 only can make up for the gas in my car and a $80 for full my gas tank.
Yeah.
$80 for full my gas
Belgium
tank.
expensive.
$80 euros. All right, don't fall like Yankee.
No, take
Big
pounds, take
price up for
pounds.
the super chat, but it can't buy me house. Lie, Mattel.
Well, you know your house, so we don't have to buy yours. You already have your house.
That's why you know see him a talk about house, you know, and all him say is a buy gas, you know. So the house at the house.
Even at house, yeah, exactly. He must move. He
All right,
mobile house.
People you know some wanted because people use my name. So I can't show my house now.
He has to be on the move. He has to be on the move, people. Continuously on the move.
Yes, so them set me up. But can't prove to me have a house now, you know. Because now the man got me address to come murder me.
He's on the move. He's on the move. Fugitive.
it's a RV, a mobile home.
Yes,
It's a RV, mobile home. On the subject of the reference person, JD. Why is the thing breaking up? If I'm going to ask about your child, I am not going to ask Jason about your child because Jason has spoken about your family. No, I'm going to go to you. So the person who put out the article is irresponsible, if not unprofessional, and the both of them are pretty much twins. So if you want information on King, the place to have gone is either to his club management, his coach, or his direct agent. To take information from somebody because they are a pundit in the international space is tantamount to narrative promulgation and a whole gamut of foolishness. So when I saw you put out the first video with the article, because I saw some other channels mentioning things like that, and I didn't even click on it because of how their title was set up. So the first thing I watched was Imaxit presentation on it, and I was like, this doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense, because if you really want to speak about King, the place to have gone was Cavalier. Don't ask Cranky, don't ask Jason, because they hear some things from outside, from inside Cavalier. No, you go to Cavalier. That is where he's stationed. And whether you get to the manager of Cavalier, or you get to Speed, or you get to a lesser extent to the leader, who knows some things and same don't know or don't want to know and don't want to speak. Leader should just go join up with one of the party in Jamaica, whether JLP or PNP, and run the office. The man is proven to be a seasoned politician.
Or a pastor.
Or what?
A politician, right? A politician. Yeah.
Cranky?
I said a politician. Keep going.
Cranky.
Nobody go for the
I have only one mouth. I have 2 ears.
Politician, pastor.
Go to Mikel Antonio. JD, go to Mikel Antonio, because Cranky is not paying attention. I am a licensed burial officer, I know, Cranky. You don't want to go down the route, you know.
But you say me because people still talk to Cranky. Oh my God.
The politician. Hey, by the way, JD, I have to take a program. People, I have to promote something on my channel, JD. I'm
Okay,
doing a show next week on the Jamaica Prime Minister on illicit enrichment. I hope you guys can join me. We're going to walk through, I summarized the report. I'm going to finish reading this weekend. I'm going to talk through some things that people should be considering, something they have considered, some they haven't considered. So if you come to my channel next week, mid-next week sometime, I'm going to do a show on it.
Wait, Frankie, you're trying to promote and give the people exactly what the time is?
I thought I wasn't. No. I said, no, so I said the Prime Minister's illicit enrichment investigation by the Integrity Commission.
So when you think you're gonna acquire all the information? So
by this weekend, and I'm gonna do it next week, probably next Tuesday.
Okay, no problem. We will definitely try to send people over there. I will listen from
Cranky Live is the channel. Cranky Live.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stream it on Cranky Live and on my other channel, both channels.
I will share the link directly when it's going on. But certain topics I can't get involved in, Cranky, if I'm not educated on it. And I like to
what time is that going to be, Cranky?
I would try to explain something valid in a pastor. Because Cranky just want me come on by the channel, so he can dust me out in a debate.
No, this is not about you. This is not about you today. It's not about
I Cranky, I never said this is about me. I'm trying.
Cranky, what time will that be?
Jesus God, you know what? All right. All I'm saying, Cranky, so in the future, when they see me not refuse to come on, it was not me being afraid of you. But sometimes, if I'm not educated on the topic, I will not join. But I will support it from inside the chat. All right?
No, I'll give some background information. And then
Cranky, what time do you?
Yes, I'm still not going to
turn up. Normally 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Monday or Tuesday, one of them.
You know what? Let me leave
6 p.m. Jamaica time?
No, U.S. time. Eastern Standard Time.
Do you have anything that you want to promote to as well? Because this is the promotional period, so I can move it. You want to promote anything? You have anything coming?
So let's hope I'm back off the road.
Pastor, you have anything promoting, Pastor? Because Jason tried talking to Pastor.
I think Pastor is on a delay. But
he's on
no,
right.
I have no specific program to promote. Just go to Jason Guna TV and drop a subscription, please and thanks.
All right, please go to Jason Guna TV and drop a subscription. And they're trying to do things on the CN side. So we have Mados and we have CN people. But the CN people not getting enough promotion.
And when you wake up out of your bed after you're done sleep, you can join Jason Guna TV because that's the time he comes on. After when you wake up, after you go sleep and wake up, that's the time Jason come on.
We'll do that and use them for next day because this not.
So what was the Antonio's question? So
the Antonio thing, it was.
No, so you're not doing the Mikel Antonio.
That's what he's gonna do now.
Pastor, come on, man. Honestly.
Go ahead, Jason. Go ahead, not Jason. Go ahead, Billy, you know what? I'm struggling with the name, you know. Go ahead, Billy Diamond. Go ahead.
Yes, just say Billy. Billy is the right proper name, Frankie. Billy.
Go ahead, Billy the Kid. Go ahead, Billy the Kid.
Billy Jean Pierre.
Once it's nothing up, Jay, me all right, because I don't want to be killed.
Billy Jean Pierre. Pierre.
So anyways, it looked like they wanted Duran from Aston Villa,
right?
And all the other individuals that came in, not living up to it. So they're saying that Carragher saying that they're not going to get anybody better than Mikel Antonio anytime soon to represent representing West Ham. And the fans need to relax themselves and make the coach decide in mind because they brought in Kralkra and he's not living up to it because he offers something different. And then Danny Ings does not offer what Mikel Antonio offers, but he might bring the goal scoring. But the way how the team maximize their results is to play with their both wingers being the active ones. So Mikel Antonio is the most important one for the team, and they can't find somebody at this point to do so. So Mikel Antonio is the man to start for West Ham.
Yeah, look, Mikel is effective for West Ham, but I still go back to his goal scoring prowess or lack thereof. That's part of their problem, right? And in fact, the kid they brought in, Somerville, I thought they sacrificed him the other day and didn't play him well because he was the best player on the field to me, and they still took him off. Because they have to play Bowen and play Kudos, right? But I think the problem they're running into is they need more goal scoring. Look, they need all of Mikel's skills, running the channels, physical, bully defenders, hold up play, but they need goals because they're leaking goals on the other end. They bought 10 players this season, and they're worse than last season because their midfield is slow. Alvarez, Rodriguez, that doesn't work. All the same type of players, slow, prodding, no mobility.
And Paqueta, for all his technical ability, is
a defensive
slow
liability.
as well. Yes.
It's a liability, slow the game down. So what are you going to do? Paqueta should only play the 10. They need two dynamic to play double pivot. It's not working for they got with the World Pros. It's not working. So it's not Antonio's fault. I think they need a goal scorer up top, right? That's why they're going to bring in Duran, who's a goal scorer, by the way.
Yeah.
Don't know why the deal the deal didn't culminate. Because he's scoring now for Aston Villa like a joke, right? He's scoring goals regularly.
And he's getting game time as well. He's scoring more than the game time he's getting.
Yeah, so I think people beat me about Antonio because I said, you know what? He's not scoring for Jamaica, so we think about alternative. You should always think about alternative in life. If somebody's not your center forward, that's what Arsenal is going to struggle with this season. Need to put the ball in the net. Your center forward needs to score goals. That's the primary reason. Just my goalkeeper needs to stop the ball going in the net. Center forward needs to score. Now, if I'm surrounded by a bunch of players who are prolific goal scorers, like a Salah, for example, and Amani, I can afford a Firmino.
So with that said, then Cranky, kudos
Cranky
are proven goal scorers. So
yeah, but the problem is they don't have the supply.
Oh, this thing is buffering a lot. Cranky, you hearing me?
But
no, one second. When JD finished past that, but JD is the problem. JD,
yeah,
if your midfield not supplying you really well, you're gonna struggle.
Okay.
So they should have Paqueta supplying them, you know. If they have two dynamic double pivot and they give Paqueta the ball to get it to them, or they can get the ball out to the wingers to then supply them to them, that'd be good. It's not working well. It's not working.
The problem is
that means Cranky, by your explanation, then that means it's not the wingers is the problem, or Mikel.
No, it's not the wingers. No, they have the wingers. They have the wingers. All three wingers are good. All three wingers are good.
Okay. So
all
it is only the midfield they need to work on, right?
Yeah. They bought Alvarez. They bring in Rodriguez free transfer. It hasn't worked for me. They brought in Rod Peros. Hasn't worked. Hasn't worked.
See, they're trying to play a more expansive game with the same type of midfield. They should have got some midfielders that can play that type of game. That's the issue. It's so disjointed. By the time Paqueta gets the ball, he's so damn tired he can't do anything because he's running back and forth the whole damn game. In Moyes' system, they took those spells where he could set up, relax, and then when they get the ball, they have the energy to do something. Right now, they're trying to implement this system from 0 to 100 with no in between. They didn't even prepare for it, and it's showing on their legs. They can't do anything.
Yeah, and the problem is, Jason, that they bought center halves who are not the most mobile center halves. So they bought Kilman. They have Mavropanos, who was at Arsenal way back when, who was in Germany. If you watch the goal that Chelsea scored in the last game, JD, when Jackson scored, Mavropanos was running like how Jorginho was running against Fulham both the other day. He can't run. He got the ball. Jackson got the ball wide, almost similar to Mavropanos, and he's jogging back because he can't run. So you need more. If they want to play expansive football, as Jason's saying, they need more dynamic players in center half and the middle of the park. So you can play a higher line and you can pressure the opposition versus how they play today. It doesn't work. And they bought 10 players. People spend a lot of money.
The centre back that we have for Jamaica is actually better because
they're better. They're better. They actually are better.
No, I actually agree with you. I think that Jamaica centre backs are better.
Because right now they got Kilman, who is supposed to be really good. They spent a bag of money on him, but I think his skill set and how he plays, it's hurting. West Ham are trying to play, as I said, this expansive thing, and he's coming from a place. Wolves play deep. You understand? They don't let people running behind them, and now he's on this West Ham team trying to play up by the half line. They don't have the horses for the race.
Yeah, but they bought a kid from France. What's his name? Todibo, whatever his name is. And
that was a big loss for them because he's a thoroughbred. Him can run. You know what I'm saying? So maybe just they've been unlucky as well. There's a lot of players they bought that haven't been able to bed in because they were injured. Some of them coming back in now. They have Soler that not really, can he do something different in the midfield? Maybe. But, they have a lot of things to think about and fix. They're in a shambles right now.
Yeah.
So, for me, I think the biggest part of it is the midfield, and I've been hearing the West Ham fans speaking about it loudly, and the level of the supply from the midfield to the forwards, so they've been speaking about it loudly, and they do think there could have been a few better buys in the midfield, for the most. But even with Antonio, he has been playing well. It's just the supply is not reaching him, You know, so they're trying, as JD said, they're trying to structure something, and it's gonna take a while for it to kick off.
So you guys already hear me talk about, trying to emulate other teams and what they do, right? Look at Arsenal defense. They have no player in the defense over 50 million pounds. Ben White is the highest one for 50 million. Calafiori is 40 something. Both center backs are 20 something million, who are probably two of the best in the world. Timber is 30 something million. So what they have done is copy the City formula. Buy center backs who can also play out wide for reasonable prices. West Ham hasn't really done that, right? A center back with young, a lot of potential, physical, quick, technical, skillful. That's how you're buying players nowadays. And they haven't really done that. And that's part of their problem. So they spend a lot of money. They're going to be like Everton if they don't mind themselves. Spend money and it's wasted money.
So they pretty much rushed. They're trying to rush the process with Lopetegui, to be honest. You think so? That means, how you guys feel about it? You think it's going to work out, or you think they're going to move away from him? Because Premier League's a fast place, you know.
I think the guy, what was his name that went to Crystal Palace and got 3 games? What was his name? He's a Dutch guy. He was in Scotland and he came there. He played for Holland. I'm trying to remember his name.
Okay, yeah. And we know who
you got 3 games. So Lopetegui is a much more now.
Frank de Boer.
Frank de Boer. Yeah. He got 3 games.
He got sucked in the 3rd one.
But Lopetegui has a longer resume, a better resume. But he had problem with Real Madrid. He had problem with Spain because until Spain that he took Real Madrid job. So he has some baggage in his history. But I think they're going to give him more time.
Apparently,
give him more time because they want to play good football, right?
Yeah.
And they bought a lot of players. So 10 games in, if things don't change, he's gone. But he's going to get at least 10 games.
10 games, okay. All right. Fair enough.
People, it's not the owners them fire coaches sometimes, you know. The fans them ain't them fire, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
The fans and the press fire you.
Well, here's the thing, right? I think for them, you know, they have been advertised, the fans at West Ham. Okay, we're gonna have this different style of football. We know you've had Moyes for the last few years. Yes, he was able to get some results to win a trophy, but we hear you guys. You see all these other teams playing these type of styles. We're gonna try to get more in line with them. So now they can't turn around and get upset when this man come in want to play style.
Jason, that's what Tottenham fans when Conte came in. We take 1 year of poor football, but after that you gotta go. You gotta play better football. And after midway through the season, they're not winning. They're like, you gotta go.
No,
right? Look, and Conte had a resume because he won the Premier League before and he won in Italy. To be able to last 2-3 years, I mean, Conte is a very volatile person.
No, that's the reality. You're right. They're gonna be like that. I'm saying they have to be careful what they're asking for because a lot of times, as a fan base will say, we don't want the pragmatism, right? And then when the pragmatism goes away and the results ain't there, you want to fire the coach. My thing is, if you ask for the expansive football and you're losing games, look at Chelsea last season. Couldn't you all see that attacking wise, they're gonna be a problem? We're not seeing that with West Ham. They don't look like a threat. West Ham don't look like a threat to score goals.
But here's the difference with Chelsea. Chelsea hasn't stopped spending. I buy 10 and I work out, I buy another 10.
Maybe, look, the analogy wasn't supposed to be with the spending. It's just mainly about, like, if you're selling the fans something and it's expensive, I know, but West Ham can't afford to you have to then money. Produce. You have to then produce.
No, I'm not sure, Jason, but say West Ham can afford to spend that money and then throw it away. Chelsea can. Right? So Chelsea bought Neto. Chelsea had 3 or 4 wingers before. They had Sterling. They got rid of Sterling. And they brought in Sancho after that, which people seem mad to people. They have so much wingers, but they have enough money or enough gall to go out and spend that money. And if it doesn't work, I blow it up and start over. They got rid of Pato. They got rid of Pochettino. They don't bring in the Leicester coach. I mean, they changed like how they haven't moved from their Abramovich time. It's still Abramovich there, just in a different form, right? Just turnover. West Ham doesn't have the ability to do that. They don't generate the commercial revenues. They have a Czech billionaire co-owner. They don't have the commercial revenues to churn like they churn. They don't have the commercial revenues.
I think Billy, I tried on the show, and I think he must forget.
I am trying to finish the show, yes. Yeah, but you guys thought
you actually put your name as Billy Vitru. Rotted.
Right, so people, you heard Cranky came in, gave a bunch of trouble. Just come in, trying to keep a calm head, but just not to realize that he's in foreign countries. They can't kill him, all right, because they can't buy plane tickets. Jamaican bad man them, so he can stand up to them. All right, yes. All right, yeah, but he still tries, you know. Maybe he doesn't want to be on so much hit list like me, which is fair. Nobody wants to go on Jason Barnes type of hit lists, you know, so it's okay. And Siobhan checking.
I will name Jason inside here.
Big up to leader that did never give anything like what he always does. All right. Yeah, so give the final point.
Leader forward and to correct me, him say. And then
Cranky leader come on for correct a man when me hear what the man say.
All right.
So people may have to go for the kid. Billy Diamond is the new name. We're done with JD. All right, Nakira Cranky say we now clash him.
I say call homelessness, go for the kid. I always need to go for the kid. Drive. All right, go for the kid.
All right. So big up everyone that joins. Please do hit the like button, share, and subscribe. All right. Thanks, Cranky, Jason, and Chevron for joining. Pastor as well. I don't leave you out at all because you might have a strong warning for me. All right. Bye-bye, people. Take care.
Yeah, man. Bless.